Hi, welcome to another episode of That's a Thing Accent Core Plus R. I know we're all waiting to get to those Strive episodes, but right now it's 0.35 and it is Monday, July the 19th.
Yeah, I'm Kevin.
I'm Drew.
Okay, we have three things to talk about this week, and unless you want to talk about two main things, and then any personal shit, so you can get that personal stuff done first. Like I got my list pulled up for other stuff.
I've been playing some phone games.
Oh, what kind of phone games?
So there was another charity bundle for like Palestinian Child Aid that
Oh,
had a ton of games in it. But I've been mostly playing a game called Line, spelled with a Y, and a game called Switch and Shoot. Line is like a geometric game where there'll be a triangle with like two endpoint triangles, and then you have to collect all the other triangles in between.
mm-hmm.
And it's like Tron rules, so no double backing across lines you've already drawn. And then they start adding other shapes in too. So it's like, okay, you got to connect the two prime triangles and the two prime squares, and no line crisscrossing.
Hmm.
Uh, it's I don't know. It doesn't seem hard. It's one of those where it's less logicking and like thinking rationally through the whole puzzle, and more so just, well, I drew the basic line, and now I'm just tweaking it, much like an Ed, Edd and Eddy scam. I'm just
So
tweaking it.
it's less like Galaxy Brain and more just Tetris. I'm putting the blocks where they go. Like
Yeah,
you're not doing your higher thought processes as much as it's just like react.
yeah. That said, I still like it. It's just a nice, relaxing game. It's a good before bed game. It makes you feel like you're being smart, even if you're not being super smart.
So it's like Sudoku.
Yes.
So it's the
I
Sudoku.
think, have you ever fallen down the Sudoku YouTube hole?
I have not.
Man, there is some Sudoku stuff, because there's some real math things where it'll be like, okay, there's a 4 and a 3 and only these two squares, and then here's the rules that are ubiquitous to the Sudoku board, like custom rules of saying like, well, two prime numbers touch, or like, something bizarre. And the YouTuber just like, now can you really solve this puzzle? At first, I saw it and like, man, this is crazy. And then, well, let's get started. Fall down that YouTube hole sometime. It is fascinating. Yeah.
The only thing I've been seeing is for some reason Twitter's giving me a lot of Sudoku ads where it's like here's a 180 IQ challenge. See if you can complete it.
Yo, can you pull out the pins in the right way to save the man?
Exactly. Yeah.
But
Can you
the
move
math
the
version.
golf tees around the Cracker Barrel triangle puzzle?
Oh man, that'd be sick. I love it.
You just make it. You have it for 1 cent, and you make $1 million. Everyone would want to get it.
Yep. And then the other game I've been playing, Switch and Shoot, is a shoot 'em up, classic like Galaga style. Ship at the bottom, enemies coming down from the top. But it's only like one touch does everything. So every time you tap the screen, your chip changes directions and shoots a bullet.
Oh.
And it's also every so often coins rain down, and every time you collect a coin, your gun gets a little better. And I like it's you gotta get 1 coin to be at what feels like the base level gun. So I like that you start handicapped. And it's once you get 5 coins, the screen stops being a wraparound, and instead it becomes death zones. And once you collect the 6th coin, you go to warp speed and go to the next level, which is exactly like the first, but now you're getting like added percentage onto your score.
Oh, big score multipliers.
Yeah. And so what's really good, every time you miss a coin, you get downgraded. And so you get to a point of like, okay, well, I have 5, and you're just shooting a constant laser at that point and just eradicating everything. It's like, well, why wouldn't I just shift between like that and then like stage 4 where I'm shooting 3 bullets at a time? And when I tried that, it's like, okay, I got downgraded. I'm just shooting 3 bullets now. There's still lava on the walls. And then I collected the next coin up for the laser beam again, and the lava grew. It got a lot more snug. I'm like, oh, that's why I can't just do that forever.
They figured you out.
Yeah.
That means they properly play tested their game, and someone on like their dev team was just doing that for infinitely, and they're like, no, we can't have that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it feels like they've made a lot of smart decisions. Also, every time you start, it just randomly generates a name for your character. And then whenever you die, it'll say something about like, well, I wasn't expecting much from Dorf.
Oh, that's good. That's what I think Rogue Legacy does that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So that, and also shout outs to Sophie's Dice also came in the pack, which is just tabletop simulator, but it's just a dice roller.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's nice.
What non-topic stuff have you been on to, Nolan? Because we can't talk about our two big ones.
2 pig topics.
Yeah.
Yeah. The first thing I did this week was I sat down and I watched the Loki show finally.
Oh. How is that?
Which is, it's okay. I mean, like, I'd rather watch that than watch the
other things we will be discussing.
Yeah. But, like, it's okay. It's not as good as the other 2 shows, which WandaVision was the best out of all 3. And Winter Soldier and the Falcon is just okay as well. But this one falls, like, a little bit below it.
I forgot that the Winter Soldier and Falcon was even a show.
You know what? I did too until I started watching Loki, and I'm like, oh, wait, let me go finish that one first.
Like, I remembered the WandaVision because of its gimmick, and I remembered Loki because sometimes ads for Loki will show up when I'm watching The Rifleman with my dad. But, like, I forgot about Falcon and Soldier.
Oh, yeah, like, each show has a premise to it. That's really good. Oh, go ahead, Drew.
I was gonna say, like, obviously, like, out of those 3, like, I doubt I watch any of these shows, but WandaVision is like the one I would most likely watch. But I'm still like interested in Falcon and Winter Soldier. I wish it had like the same writer as like Captain America 2.
Yeah.
Like, I think, because I'm sure it just instead just has like a room full of writers that like, I don't know.
You know, like the TNT action shows where it's like SWAT, like an army unit.
Yeah, or like Burn Notice or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like those, like half the show, and the other half is like Falcon dealing with racism, and that's it.
And like also them learning like they introduce U.S. Agent completely turned me off of the show.
Yeah.
Like, I have like no interest in that character at all.
I only like that character as an assist in like Marvel 1.
Yep.
They would show up and say like, U.S. Agent. I'm like, oh, that's neat.
God, that's how they say it and everything too.
Yeah.
Let's go crazy.
Oh man, Marvel 1's cool.
But yeah, no, like WandaVision's cool. It's got a new premise. It's about like dealing with law. the Winter Soldier and the Falcon is about, like racism and nationalism and crap like that.
Ah,
And then the
so
Loki
it's Green Lantern, Green Arrow.
Yeah, kind of. And then the Loki show is about, it's about loving yourself. And then finding an alternate form of you that's a woman and then loving her.
Ah, that episode. So it's like it's the self-cessed episode.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's
I liked in the comics when Loki like tricked Thor into thinking he was resurrecting Sif, but instead it was just chick Loki.
I was gonna say that sounds like a rejected Totally Spies episode where they make an evil boy Clover, but then Clover falls in love with evil boy Clover.
But then they forget Clover's slutty, so both of them are just like hooking up.
Yeah, like they're both cheating on each other. There you go. That's a great episode.
I guess the only fun part of it is when you see the guy in the old Loki costume, and he's like, "Hey, there it is."
I know what that is.
And his thing is like, yeah, I just kind of left because I didn't want to deal with any more crap.
I respect that.
Yeah.
And I just grew old, and now, and like after a while, I'm like, I'm kind of tired of this. I want to see what everyone's doing. And then he gets arrested and killed and thrown into like a pocket dimension.
Oh.
Like, yeah, now I'm here. Yeah, it's okay. I also finished The Sopranos.
Oh. How was that?
And now I get the ending that everyone always talks about.
Yeah, it just goes to black.
Goes to black. To which I was like, huh, well, okay. And Nikki was pissed off that was all it was.
I think it's like, from a conceptual level, I kind of like that. It's one of those where, like, if you want to say, like, the mob, sometimes your mob story just ends unsatisfactorily. Like, that's what it is to be in the crime family. Sometimes it's just like, hey, it's done. There's no grand revelation. There's nothing. It's just like, and we stopped.
That's The Sopranos.
There's a running theme in the show, which is like, yeah, either you go to jail or you die. That's the only two ways out.
Yeah.
You live long enough to be a hero or see yourself become a villain.
Yeah.
Or see yourself become the Gabagool.
The Gabagool.
Oh, yeah. So yeah, for the mob, it's you live long enough to see yourself become a hero or you die a villain.
There you go. There's there's truth to that, though.
That's all right. The other thing I watched this week, we will talk about in a bit, but that kind of wraps it up for me. What about you, Kev? All
right, so other than my usuals of Magic the Gathering and Final Fantasy and Fortnite, I've just been doing
Guilty Gear.
Oh, I haven't been playing Guilty Gear. Guilty Gear has been put on the shelf, as has my Warhammers, because I've been going more into Final Fantasy. I wanted to talk about the YouTube video All Tomorrows, which is like a reading of a guy, like an anthropologist, kind of actual historian, surreal artist idea of the future of humanity, and it's really good. If you don't like body horror, do not watch All Tomorrows. There's some weird imagery, and you must confront the weird ball sacks as humanity goes to the stars and then is irrevocably mutated by an alien race because they're just kind of assholes, and then the divergent evolutions that humanity goes through. It's pretty cool. And I also like it's really interesting. What?
So if no one knows what we're talking about, just look to your recommends to the right.
Yeah, it is.
And you should.
It probably has shown up. And that's what it did to me. It kept showing up, and then to appease the algorithm, I clicked on it, and I actually liked it. I thought it was.
That happens. The algorithm occasionally finds a nut.
Yeah, because I think
the algorithm.
the algorithm, yes, algorithm. Cyber Don Cheadle.
We'll get into that. We'll get into
Okay.
that. Just keep rolling.
Okay. But yeah, it did work, and I liked All Tomorrows. I think my favorite part about it is about All Tomorrows is that despite how alien it is, because I think the writer is like an actual like a anthropologist, like the aliens still acted human. Like there was so much in that movie where you're seeing like some weird like Birdman, and then like the Birdman society is just weirdly like you're like, oh, I get that. I 100% understand that, and how like this person reacts, and how like one of the humanity does to humanity what the evil aliens did to them with no sense of like irony or whatever. There is like, nah, of course I'm just gonna bioengineer this stupid alien slave people to make like a living chair. And you're like, oh. But that's what happened to you. It was pretty, but then, it's fascinating. It's really interesting because like even the most mutated and weird humans still act like humans, and then like even the ones that are quote unquote good will do something later down the line that's kind of fucked up, and you're like, oh, and that's such like a person thing to do. Like, mild spoiler, one of like the super advanced races offers peace to the thing they went to war with. But then, because their humanity, it becomes like a society caste structure where like the formerly defeated enemy aliens are now like on the below tier and are like racially prejudiced against. And you're like, oh, humanity, you can't get away from it. Even when you're like star traveling, you still gotta be kind of racist and shitty. But,
yep, that's what makes us human.
But that's why it's kind of like it's both kind of disappointing, but also kind of like heartwarming, because you see that even throughout time, there's still the same benefits and faults of humanity. It's something kind of it's an interesting movie, interesting little film.
Have you ever seen Gattaca?
No.
So yeah. I think we watched in like 9th grade biology, I think. I feel like that's the most. What, Nolan?
No, yeah, we watched it in our 8th grade biology class, so I think everyone saw it around the same time.
I did.
Yeah. So I feel like that's the most accurate thing, where people have started to genetically engineer human beings, and then it just leads to some really like tragic cases. Like one of the main characters is a silver medalist sprinter from the Olympics, and he's like, I was literally like genetically designed and created to do one thing, and I came in second at it.
Oh, that's dire.
Yeah. And like, so the main character of the story is the older brother who's like not genetically designed, and his younger brother who's just like better than him at everything.
Damn.
Yeah. And like finally, like there's a key part in the movie where they keep like swimming and like racing each other like while swimming, and there's one time where he beats him as the movie's progressing, and it's like how'd you do it? It's like, because I didn't hold anything back.
Yeah.
Like it's like I didn't save anything in the tank for the swim back to shore.
Love it. All right. But other than that, okay, we have 2 major topics of discussion. Space Jam 2 or Nickelodeon Smash Brothers. Which one do you want to go first on?
Oh, actually,
Nickelodeon Smash Brothers.
What?
I have another topic.
All right.
Ooh.
Which is
surprise entry. Oh yeah, the Steam Deck.
Oh, the Steam Deck.
The Valve listened to the FGC yell at each other about using PCs, and they fixed that problem for us.
That's definitely they like had advertisement and marketing for this basically done, and someone saw that.
It's like, you
Realize
can use
we need to put this in the release.
We either put this screen and the arcade sticks plugged into it.
Yeah.
Now, if they were really smart, they would have had the arcade sticks plugged into it, and it would be playing Melty Blood in a bathroom.
Yeah.
That would
The new Melty Bloods comes out in like August, September.
exactly. It should be the bathroom edition.
But I'm still curious though, like what happens if you plug 2 keyboards into that thing? Like that's still an issue.
Oh.
starts tearing itself apart.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that thing is cool if it works as advertised.
Yeah, I do too. And like I want one, but I don't trust that it works well enough to get one.
Hard cut to the Steam controller collecting dust on someone's shelf.
Yeah. It's
See,
also
that one I never wanted, and I never thought it would work. The idea of touchpads for controllers, oh god.
I already know that touchpad on like the PS4 and it was bad.
Yeah, and playing most games on your phone is terrible.
So like I mean, it's also part of the thing is I mostly use my Switch for the quote-unquote indie games that don't really need like processing power.
Yeah.
I'm not... Oh, you go.
Like, I agree. There's just some. I feel like the Switch is also way better than previous Nintendo consoles of getting those indie titles.
Yeah, like a lot of like Hollow Knight and stuff I have on the Switch.
Yeah, like Hollow Knight, the Adeptus Mechanica game.
Yeah, that would have been good on Switch.
Yeah, but no, like I'm not going to play The Witcher on my Switch.
Yeah, or like Doom or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I don't travel enough that I want to have like Doom on the handheld.
Mm-hmm. I think it does have the Splatoon thing though too, doesn't it? Where like turning the thing helps aim.
yeah, but like you can turn that off. It kind of sucks.
Yeah, but I like that. I'm a fan of that.
I did not like that.
I like it.
I like to
See,
give you.
that's why you're not a pro Splatooner.
Nope.
Look, I just want the new Steam. What's it called? It's just like the Steam handheld right now. Does it have a name?
Steam Deck.
I think it's the Steam Deck because it sounds like Stream Deck.
I just want the Steam Deck so I can play my my hentai video games out in public.
There you
Like
go.
the Lord intended.
Like a Chad. Like your big Chad. You're out there playing like hentai dating sim and you're just like, ah yes.
On the bus ride home or on the subway.
Everywhere.
I'm also. They said it can also just be used as a PC.
Well yeah, so like you can mod the hell out of that thing.
Yeah, so like I'm very curious. That's also alluring to me that it comes with like. Well, I mean, it's the same as a Switch where you just have the Netflix app on your Switch, but
it's you have the second coming of the PSP, where people got the PSP not for Sony games, but that it was a Super Nintendo in your hands.
yeah,
Actually,
could
Drew, you're
mod-
wrong about that because there is no Netflix app on the Switch.
there's not.
No.
Nope.
But okay, so there's a Netflix app on the Wii,
And the Wii
on the
U.
Wii U, but not the Switch.
Yes.
You are correct.
Why?
Don't think about it.
Don't think about it. Just accept what Lord Nintendo is giving you
Yeah.
and be happy.
Is there any TV streaming service on the Switch?
No.
Is there a...
There is
I
like a
think
browser in
YouTube-
there. There's like a browser that you can access through like the Nintendo Store, because like the Nintendo Store, some of the things it just links to a website. So I think there is a web browser in the Switch, but like you can't get to it normally.
Is there a video app? So if you have a movie on an SD card, you could watch it?
No.
No.
Okay, so Steam Deck is suddenly a very big contender versus the Switch.
You know what? I'm going to take back what I said the previous week about FGC using PC.
Yeah,
Because I saw that the big boo mod for Melina, and I'm like, you know what? This needs to be our staple.
there you go. Lock it in.
Mod the hell out
This
of
is-
it. So it's like Alphonse. All the characters look stupid.
See, yeah, because this also segues wonderfully into Nintendo's other
No.
ones.
I want to talk about the Steam Deck also has the issue where you have to buy a separately sold dock to have an Ethernet port and an HDMI port. Because right now I think it just currently has all it has on the back is a USB-C, and so like you can do stuff with that. That's a very versatile port, but also I don't know how many of those docks it has, like plugins it has. So I don't know if you then need a USB-C extender. Like that image of the hitbox and the arcade stick, like both plugged into the back of it. I'm mostly just curious about what are they actually plugged into on the back of that thing.
I don't know. It just kind of goes into the USB-C thing.
Yeah, it just like goes into a back, and it doesn't say. It does say it works with Bluetooth stuff, so I guess you could maybe sync a PS4 controller to it.
Probably. Or like an Xbox one.
Yeah,
I mean, like
but
with this Nintendo Switch has like they've taken a big hit, but they're about to take a worse hit.
Yeah.
yeah,
Because like killer app has been announced, which is Nickelodeon All-Stars Rumble. I am big All-Stars Brawl, excuse me. Nickelodeon Smash Brothers. Made by the Slap City devs, so it technically is less throwaway than you'd think.
yep. It's God. It has rollback netcode,
Yeah,
which
yeah, that's something.
Those unfamiliar like rollback netcode is just a more solid experience for online play than what is delay-based netcode. Meaning, rollback is smart enough to predict to say, okay, well, if they're walking backwards, I can probably guess they're going to keep walking backwards. And then if I'm wrong, I'll change it. As opposed to delay-based netcode, which is, okay, well, I'm just going to say there's like 3 frames of buffer before I actually say what's going to happen here.
Yeah, like from what I understand, it's something like if you're doing a jumping heavy kick, there's going to be 10 frames of there that's just the heavy kick animation. So like if something happens, you go, okay, revert to frame 2 of heavy kick, because there's nothing like.
Yeah.
It's not. But whatever. All I know, the long and short of it is it makes online work better. That's all you need to know. It makes it
feel
work better.
So, as with anything, good rollback makes it feel better.
That's true. You can also have shitty.
Street Fighter 5 has rollback, and it does not feel better. Marvel Infinite had rollback, and it did feel better.
Marvel Infinite played
And then
pretty
people
good.
memed it to death. They picked Fighters, that dry-ass, boring, whack-ass game.
Yeah, but did Dragon Ball Z Fighters have like the roster that Nickelodeon All Stars Brawl does have?
Listen,
Tell me that roster, Kevin.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
So on launch, actually, I don't know the launch. I'm just gonna say it. On launch, we have like SpongeBob, Patrick and Sandy. think that's obvious. Oh, this
Yep.
is what we know. This is the ones we know.
Initial trailer.
Initial
Trailer 1.
trailer.
This is
We have 2 Ninja Turtles, Michelangelo and Leonardo. We have Oblina from All Real Monsters, Helga G. Pataki from Hey Arnold, Powder Toast Man from Ren and Stimpy, and Invader Zim. Invader Zim and Danny Phantom. I think that's the initial what we have seen.
and one more.
Who's that?
Nigel Thornberry.
Yeah, fucking Nigel Thornberry. So Nigel Thornberry is an important pick to show off in your announced trailer because that means to me memes are in. Like your freak picks are in if Nigel Thornberry is in there. That
Yeah.
like Oblina is kind of like a weird pick, but I could see it. Oh, there's 2 Loud House characters. I forgot. There's Lincoln Loud and his sister. And
Yeah,
like,
Lincoln and Lucy.
Yeah, the goth one and the main character.
Yeah.
So but Nigel Thornberry, to me, what was genius about including him is because once you see that to me, all gates are open. Everything is now possible. Because that's such a freak pick. That is such what the hell? Oh, Reptar. We forgot Reptar.
Oh, and Reptar, yeah.
Reptar, yeah.
So, do we want to do our draft of going around and everyone picking one character they want?
Okay, I want to do that, but because I did write a list, I want to have some ground rules.
Okay.
Okay, so my ground rules are number 1, Doug is owned by Disney and therefore not allowed in the game. However, I do think Doug should be in the game. Like, if you're doing Nick All-Stars, Doug should be in there as Quail Man, but I don't think Doug's happening because Disney.
I think Quail Man is his final smash.
Yeah, but I don't think that's happening.
Yeah.
That's going to be the Brothers review.
So I will say I think Doug will be in it. Even if he's owned by Disney, I think Doug will be in it.
Okay, you think Doug will be in it? I don't think Doug will be in it. I'm also going to say on the box art we have seen Ren and Stimpy, Cat Dog, Korra, Aang, and I think someone said Rocco, but it's been questionable. So just those the 2 Avatar main characters, Cat Dog, Ren and Stimpy, are definitely confirmed. So you don't have to worry about that.
But what'd you say, Nolan?
Oh no, I wasn't saying anything.
Okay. I'm also gonna put under as a pseudo questionable. Crap, scam likely. Thank you. Get out of here. Anyway, that. I don't know. We're not gonna put those, but there are some questionables. But that's for the wish and freak picks, so I'm not gonna go. That was more for me. Anyway.
All right. So what's your first freak pick, Kevin?
Okay, I wanted to do my normal pick first.
Okay. I tell you, I have not separated my picks, so.
Okay, I did normal picks. These are characters I think will be in there. And my first one, just as an example, is main cast of existing pick, i.e. the other Ninja Turtles. So it's kind of I want to get this out of the way so I don't have to be like, Raphael. No, of course. The Shredder.
Very safe, very tame.
For this, which is no live action.
Oh, I have live actions. I have a couple live actions.
I do too.
Okay, because you can put but I don't think they're going to put live action. But yeah.
All right. I'm also going to say my first I think so. If Rocco's not in there, Rocco should be in there. I also think Timmy Turner of Fairly Odd Parents should be in there. And to me, if you put Timmy, you must put Jimmy Neutron should be in there.
That's.
To me, those 2 are intertwined. If one goes,
Jimmy,
the other.
Timmy.
There was 3 Jimmy Timmy Power Hours, and Jimmy Neutron in a movie. That should be in there.
Yeah.
But if you put Jimmy in, you got to put Hugh in.
Oh, Hugh! No, that's in my freak picks. We haven't got there. Oh, I got some good freak picks.
All right. Since I feel like we've covered some blanket generalization, so okay. So who wants to lead in with their first pick?
Okay, so these are my two, like, these are characters I actually think.
All right, no, only one. You get one at a time. Now we're the ones.
Okay, well then I'm gonna go ahead and say XJ9.
Okay, that was in my list of wishes. I think Ginny would be a wonderful addition. Like, she should be in there. It makes sense.
Who?
XJ9.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Like, I would be great with that.
Yeah, I think that's an obvious good pick.
All right, Drew, you go.
Okay, I'm leaving with the showstopper,
Oh, okay.
Cousin Skeeter.
Fuck, that's on my list. Yes, Cousin Skeeter is on my list. Cousin Skeeter did make my list. Of course you've got to put fucking Cousin Skeeter in there.
Yep.
Skeeter's the one for me. He knows how to get down. He knows how to party, baby.
That's the final boss. Cousin Skeeter.
I also think there's been some where people say, like, if Master Hand because of Dan Snyder, it's Master Foot. I think that's pretty good. All right, so I'm gonna go with.
Instead of Master Hand, it's the hand from SpongeBob that comes in and grabs him.
Yeah, that could be an item. My number one wish freak pick is, if you know about me, this is obvious, even for like a second. And I did some research to confirm this. I think this is the most obvious choice, and that is Garfield. Garfield in the game. Garfield is owned by Nickelodeon.
Yep.
Garfield is a Nicktoon, and one of the developers in like the Slap City avatar is like a muscular man with a Garfield head. Therefore, I think there is developer push for Garfield.
Do you want to add any of the Lucky Farms?
Like that to me goes along. If you're gonna do like USA Acres,
There you go.
I think you gotta put in probably Wade the duck, because
No,
who do you put in?
no, I feel like that'll be a stage, and that's it.
That would be a better stage. I do
Yeah.
agree. I think like the US Acres / Garfield, I could see that as a stage. But I want Garfield as a rep. I think Garfield deserves to be in there.
I don't see Garfield as being a natural character.
Because he has enough moveset, like lasagna and sleeping and whatever. I want Garfield in there. I think it would work. Nolan, we're back to you.
Okay, so like,
You can just.
is it wish or is it free?
Either or. Either or.
Okay, so this is my wish list. This is who I would put together.
Okay, this is good. Yeah, like I go with my freak picks and my wish picks. It's all fine.
Yeah, which my wish pick is for them to put in Action League now
Okay.
in some capacity.
All right.
Either the Flash or Stinky Diver.
So I was thinking about this. And I want to go into like Kablam as a whole. I feel Kablam should be a stage because there are too many. Like, if you want to put in reps, I do think like it works, but I'd rather like a stage where it flips through and you see every hit like Kablam character. So like you have like Henry and June, you have the Action League, you got Prometheus and Bob, Sniz and Fondue. Like, you got them all there. Except Angela Anaconda. She is not allowed.
Yeah. Oh my. Yeah.
Although if you wanted to have like old Nitty Poo as a boss, I might allow it. I may allow it. But to me, like, Kablam should be a stage, but I do think Kablam should get representation.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Big up on that.
I would argue. What's the Storm lady from Action League now?
Thunder Girl.
Yeah, I would pick her.
I would either put. I think if you were to have a fighter, it should either be Thunder Girl or the Flash. Like that should be it.
Meltman.
Not Meltman. Meltman. No.
No, it should be Meltman.
Stinky Diver is better than Meltman.
No, yeah, that's the point. That's why you pick Meltman.
Okay, so that's why you put Meltman, because you're going with like the freak pick. Okay, I could. Okay, but yeah, I think Kablam deserves representation.
Yeah.
All right, Drew, where you at?
I pick the Poliwag from Gullah Gullah Island.
Binya Binya Poliwag is also on my list. I have several Nick Jr. reps. I think Binya Binya is a very strong rep. In fact, Binya Binya was at the top of my Nick Jr. block. like Binya Binya up there. Binya Binya's up there. I think Binya Binya has significant pull. It's quality. Apparently, like, Gullah Gullah Island took place like North Carolina. So it has some
that's what I did not know either until like recently.
And I'm like, oh man, so that's like some fellow Southern representation. So I gotta like give it up to Binya Binya.
South Carolina.
Oh, that's even better. But yeah, we get in there. I think Binya Binya Poliwag deserves to be in. Deserves it. Of all the Nick Juniors, I have other Nick Juniors, but I think that's a strong ass fucking pick.
That's good.
All right. I've already said it on Twitter, so I'll just say it now. Artie, the strongest man in the world, should be in the game. Artie from Pete and Pete should be in the game.
In lieu of him, I'd also be okay with Pete and Pete tag team.
There is a couple tag teams like that I think would be like Pete and Pete was okay. But if you want like to me the Pete and Pete rep, it's Artie, the strongest man in the world. I think that delicious.
I feel like Artie would be a summon.
You think he'd be like a summon? Or like
an assist trophy?
I could see Artie being demoted to assist trophy. He moves the stage over like Devil, because that was like the one I remember most when they were in that prank. Yeah, so the guy's key just never hits right. It's just like, fuck. I also remember that time when Artie and Little Pete went to the ocean to fight it because summer was ending. So yeah, I think that's good. I think Pete and Pete.
I want to rewatch that show.
All right, Nolan, we're back to you.
So this will be my first kind of free kick.
All right, get in there.
While doing this, I looked through the catalog of both Noggin and the End.
Yes.
To see if I can find some real killers.
Yeah, that's what we want.
I think I found, my best freak pick, which is the crew of Mr. Meaty.
Oh, Mr. Meaty, yes!
That's on my list. That is on my list.
Mr. Meaty also on my list. Like, it's kind of low on my list, but it is there. Mr. Meaty's wild.
That will never get in.
No, it won't.
No, yeah, it's too much. But yeah, this is the dreams.
I think Mr. Meaty is like the show I haven't ever actually watched that is on my list.
I've seen like 2 or 3 episodes of it, and it's better than you think, but also not as good as you think. It's like, it's all right. There's some stuff there.
No, I was looking, and I was like, Blood Ugly Martians. That was on Nickelodeon. Not owned by them, though.
Oh, Blood Ugly Martians is not owned by Nick?
Good.
Fuck, that goes off my list.
Oh, no.
I put the Blood Ugly Martians on my list, so I gotta remove them. Damn.
All right, Drew, what you got?
Okay. You want to talk about never making it in? Let me summon the dark arts.
All right.
To hit you with this spicy pick.
Oh, I'm ready.
Stick Stickly.
Stick Stickly is on my list. He's like at the fucking bottom because he is just a stick. I think he has no moves, but I did put him in. Like I feel.
Listen, he went to the Twin Towers, okay?
Yeah, he did. Stick Stigley was there at 9/11. He also hosted like the Kids' Choice Awards, I think, sometime.
I thought about it. I'm like, that's too stupid. I'm keeping that off my list.
Oh, I put it on my list because it was stupid.
Yep.
Okay. So, man, I'm just going down my list, and I think my list starts normal and gets progressively stupider. So, here's my list, and it's Manny Rivera from El Tigre.
Oh, that's a good one.
Like, I think that's huge. Manny Rivera, El Tigre's good. He already has a moveset. It's a good show. It works.
Yep.
Like,
I'm sad that show never crossed over with,
Lucha.
yeah.
that would make a lot of sense.
But I did look for that one. I'm like, maybe? No.
No. But yeah, like, to me, Manny Rivera, I would love to see him in there because I feel like
Yeah.
that just works.
Yep.
All right, Nolan, we're back to you.
Okay. So this is just an overall pick. You can kind of take whoever you want, but just anyone from the Chalk Zone crew.
Yeah, I put Chalk Zone on
Yeah.
mine. I think
Rudy Tabuti.
I put Snap as the number one, but I think like Rudy or Girl would work.
Or the Bully.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think Chalk Zone, I put that on my list.
Yeah. Rudy's got the chalk.
He has the chalk. All right. Drew, what do you got?
All right, if you thought my last pick was stupid,
Oh, let's go!
what do you guys think about Linda Ellerby?
Fuck, you told my... Ah, Drew! That was going to be my closer. My closer is going to be Nick News with Linda Ellerby. That was going to be my final grand design, where I was going to slam that on the table and say, yeah, that should be the final fighter is Nick News with Linda Ellerby.
Dude, that's a killer.
Damn it.
As of right now, that's the best pick we've had.
Yeah. Aw, man. Yeah,
So, yeah, I feel like that's more likely to be a stage.
there's a couple stages I have.
But yeah,
I don't want to do the stages are going to happen at like the end or if they come up. But fuck, yeah, Linda Ellerby was on my list.
The stage was it's the 9/11 one
Yes.
on repeat.
Yes. Okay. So,
Okay.
to me, I think this kind of goes, but we need more Virgils in the game. You need like your main character, they need their Virgil, they need their rival character. So, for my next pick, I will give a character their rival, which is Thorg for Reptar, because Thorg hungry, Thorg want eat. Reptar needs his Virgil. His canonical halt, I am Reptar, Thorg hungry, Thorg want eat. That has to happen. Alright, Nolan, back to you.
So this is another really deep pool.
Yo, give me them deep cuts.
I got two more of these, and I'm out of my deep pool.
Oh, I got way more. He keeps going.
Because the 3-man team, the most legendary, most powerful team that can ever be.
Okay.
The Super Duper Sumos.
Oh, fuck! I did not put Super Duper Sumos on here. I probably should have. That's an excellent addition.
They've got guts.
They got butts. Yes. I'm putting that on there. I'm putting it on my list, and I give it a symbol of equals because I did not say it, but I approve of it. I approve of the my Super Duper Sumos.
One more great pick and one more like good pick.
All right. Drew, where are you at?
Well, I feel like Super Duper Sumo is like one character, but the color palettes are just the different sumos.
Yeah, that's what you would do.
Yeah. My next is another partner character, or if you want to do go ahead and have a Dante and Virgil 2 character
But this is gonna be
locked in.
I know what this is, so lay it down.
Norb and Daggett, the
Yeah.
Angry Beavers.
Yep, Norb and Dag were next on my list. I think, I think they are either palette swaps or I got one character with many skins because they do have enough skins to do it, like with Muscular Beaver and stuff.
Yeah.
that was my next one as well. I'm glad we're all on the same page with this.
Oh, there's a lot in the same page here. So, my next pick, personal favorite, moveset, exist, great in there, and that's Alex Mack from the Secret World of Alex Mack. She has telekinesis. She's like your Ness character. She has the zap. She can turn into liquid. There's enough in there for a moveset. So that's who I'm throwing in. Nolan, what do you got?
Actually, it's a good pick. So, since we have Powder Toast Man
Mhm.
and Ren Stimpy, I think, let's look deeper because he's got more shows that we can pull.
Okay, I think I know where you're going.
Especially the Ripping Friends.
The Ripping Friends. I don't know. Fuck.
Ooh, no.
I don't like the Ripping Friends. I like the deepness, but I feel like there's too much John K already with 2. Like, I don't.
Oh no, this is a freak pick. This one
It is a very freak pick. I will give you that. I just don't like it.
Honestly, this needs to be every DVD and piece of media they have needs to be buried deep underground and never seen again.
I agree. But yeah, it's also, I think the problem is I don't consider it all-star material.
No, it's not.
Drew, what do you got?
My next one is Team Umizoomi.
Fuck, that's a good one. I did not put that on my list, but I think Team Umizoomi is good. Because,
Mostly just for their theme song.
yeah, it's a good theme song. It is a good theme song. So I put, you can't have Alex Mack without the companion of Alan Strange.
Yeah.
I feel like,
That's the alien guy, right?
yes. If you have Alex Mack, you must also have Alan Strange. Because that's just how it goes.
I think I only have 2 more picks.
Oh man, I have 12.
I'm down to my last really good one.
All right.
So, I'm looking through this roster. I'm like, you know what? There's a lot of Western characters.
Oh!
You need some real Eastern flair into this game.
Yes, I know where you're going with this.
So just the best option I think you can have is to put Kappa Mikey in.
Yep. Kappa Mikey. Kappa Mikey should be in mainly because people were making fake character photoshops of him in the game as a 3D model. I saw people making fake leaks of Kappa Mikey. Therefore, I support Kappa Mikey.
My journey with Kappa Mikey is a little weird, in which I went over to my cousin's house to hang out. He's like, dude, I know you like anime. Check this show out. And so I watched an episode of Kappa Mikey and I went, wow, that sucked. I never want to see it again.
Yes! And that's why he should be in this game.
That's why he deserves it.
That's why he deserves it. Such a visceral reaction. All right, Drew, what do you got?
Cat Scratch.
I did not put Cat Scratch on there.
And I want it to be like Fire Emblem. I want each one to be in the game, taking up a roster slot, and they have basically the exact same moveset.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like that.
Really, also, anytime there's a cat character on a Nickelodeon show, I want them to be added to the roster.
Okay. So it's like Fire Emblems are cats.
Yes. I want cartoon cats are the Fire Emblems for this game.
I can
And
see
so I want Cat Dog to be the Xenosaga? Is that what that chick's from?
I don't know. I know what you're saying. A Xenoblade.
Xenoblade, yeah.
Where it's technically not a cartoon cat, but it is.
Yeah, where it's like, oh, it's the new cartoon cat, but really it's two cartoon cats.
Garfield is the clown because he is an anime swordsman, but he is not a member of Cat Scratch.
Yeah.
All right. So for my pick, I think you must have Clarissa to explain it all.
So Clarissa explains it all. I feel like the opening intro would be a stage. I don't think she
I
would
can
be
allow
the character.
that. I can.
Because that's also the best part of the show.
I also had Ferguson from Clarissa Explains It All.
Okay.
All right, Nolan, what do you got?
Okay, so I'm out of like the really funny character pick.
All
So I'm
right.
going to go ahead and move on to my stages.
All right, that's fine.
So I'll go ahead and throw the two most obvious stages that should be in the game.
Okay, stages are
And
fine.
that's going to be
Yeah.
the Aggro Crag
Yeah, I agree.
and the Legend of the Hidden Temple.
I also put Legends of the Hidden Temple because you have like the Guardians in there. You have the Shrine of the Silver Monkey.
Yep.
But if you pick the Aggro Crag stage, Moira has to be the announcer.
Yes. Oh, 100%. If she's still alive. Like, she should be. I just don't know.
They can deep fake it, it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah. They can make a Moira AI.
There you go.
Yep. Speaking of AIs, that's my next character. The robot from Space Cases.
Okay, I just had like any Space Cases on my list.
Yeah, really, that's fine too. Yeah.
That was on my list of just any Space Cases. I'm like, yeah.
Yep. Any Space Cases is really fine.
Any Space Cases reps. I'm going down my list. I think we're at the point. I think yeah. So now I'm in my Nick Jr. zone. So I'm going with Little Bear. Little Bear's on my list. Yo, you got the training toothpaste? He's in there. You must confront Little Bear.
Out of everyone we have said, he's the least conducive.
That's why I love it. That's why I love it. Because I love this idea of, like, you're getting so hard in there. You're like, what the fuck? Little Bear? It's like, yo, I got my sick-ass Little Bear mix-ups. Oh, my list keeps going.
I mean, I picked up a couple more.
All right, that's fine.
Yes.
No, you keep
I got a real controversial pick,
All right.
especially for right now, with what's recently happened,
All right.
and that's going to be Little Bill.
Little Bill is dangerous. Very dangerous. I think Little Bill is a controversial pick.
Okay, so I had been thinking the Cosby Show in general just because it was always on Nick at Night.
Like Little Bill is I would put that's hard. That's really hard.
Damn it.
I don't know how I feel about Little Bill. I think.
Put him in under redacted.
Oh yeah, if you had the character but his name was redacted, then yes. Then I'm okay with it. That is allowed.
Well, now the rest of my picks just seem silly.
Oh I still have some I like, but they're not gonna go to that level.
Yeah.
I mean, like to me, if you couldn't, like, how do you guys feel about Goosebumps? Should
The same
Goosebumps?
way I feel about Animorphs.
Yeah, like Animorphs and Goosebumps, are questionable. However, I do have an R.L. Stein rep.
I mean,
Because that. Oh.
I'm fine with an R.L. Stein rep. I don't know that I could count Goosebumps.
Oh, there's an
Animorphs.
R.L. Stein rep that isn't Goosebumps, that is a Nickelodeon. Because never forget, R.L. Stein was a writer on Allegra's Castle. Therefore, Allegra the Witch, whatever, puppet, is my rep for R.L. Stein.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
You could also do like Magella the Dragon, but yeah.
Are You Afraid of the Dark?
I put Are You Afraid of the Dark is a stage to me.
Yeah, that's a stage to me.
Like, a lot of the live action shows to me became stages. Like, What Would You Do, Roundhouse, all that. Like, that's a stage.
Yeah. Also, like, What a Cartoon is a stage to me.
Yeah. Face, I put as like a stage. Like, if you didn't want to have a complete Nick Jr. rep, then you have like Face as the stage and it changes. I'm okay with that.
Blue's Clues, I think, is a good stage.
Yeah, Blue, Steve plus Blue was a character I had, as was David the Gnome. And Swiper.
Oh, you're on the Bill?
Swiper's good. Swiper and Boots, I would put in.
Yeah, like I like Swiper because I feel like the Tekken rules were like your hero character can't get beat up, but Swiper could.
Yeah.
Like fighting Dora is a little weird. I think so you can fight Little Bill, especially after circumstances. Yeah. It's okay for Little Bill to get beat up by SpongeBob, but not Dora.
So let's see my other like safe picks. Just I feel like Sanjay and Craig are gonna be in it.
I don't like Sanjay and Craig, but I can see it.
Don't either, but I think they're gonna be in it.
Well, okay, along that line, what about Fanboy and Chum Chum?
Oh,
I
God.
forgot that show existed.
Oh, I did.
I think that and like the Mighty Bee, I think, have been forgotten to the ages.
Yeah, like I don't like Fanboy and Chum Chum, but I can see it in there. Mighty Bee is better, even though I don't like the Mighty Bee, and I did not put it on my list. I'm like not disgusted by it that I am with Fanboy and Chum Chum.
Fanboy and Chum Chum are basically just Sheen and Carl,
and not as good.
So here's the real question: if Sheen's in the game, what Sheen is it going to be?
They would put Planet Sheen.
They would put Planet Sheen in there.
If Jimmy, like it should be Jimmy, but they do Planet Sheen.
So okay, I'm okay if they put Sheen in it, but he's like, what's the superhero he's obsessed with?
Ultra Lord.
So yeah, just put Sheen in, but he has like Ultra Lord costuming.
Okay.
And I think that's fine.
Right.
Crash Nebula and the Crimson Chin. Now there is characters who need to be in it.
I like Crimson Chin more than Crash Nebula. Unless you do like the failed Crash Nebula pilot Crash Nebula.
Yeah, I remember that.
Then I'm in there because I like that. I don't think you put in the other Butch Hartmans. Like I don't think you put anyone from Tough Puppy or Bunsen Beast or whatever.
No.
Yeah.
Like Danny Phantom and Fairly Odd Parents are allowed, but that's it.
Yeah. My last pick, my last freak pick is Shelby Woo.
Oh fuck! I did not put Shelby Woo.
Damn.
I think that could be a stage.
I think that's good. That's good. I like it. I
agree with the stage character, but yes.
I put in the Squid from Rocket Power. I feel like if you're gonna put in a Rocket Power, you gotta put in the Squid.
No, it's Tito.
Tito is for memes. If you want the meme, it is 100% Tito.
No, that's the stage then. If it's Tito.
I don't know. I think Tito is really funny as the meme. But I put the Squid. I also put in here on my list Ginger from As Told by Ginger.
I would pick her younger brother.
The brother was I think the brother makes more sense.
It's like putting Rugrats all grown up in there.
all grown up. I don't know.
I like the Rugrats' choice of Reptar. I think that was the good pick.
Yeah.
Unless they want to put Dill in just so I can beat up Dill because that character's the worst.
Dill is
But
pretty
Dill,
bad.
it has to be like the kids in the Reptar rider.
Wagon. Like
Yeah,
Bowser
and
Jr.
Yeah.
I'd rather Stu Pickles. If you're gonna go with like another Rugrats rep, I want Stu Pickles.
I want Jonathan.
Oh, that's some shit. I have Kel as Ed from Good Burger.
Yeah, I think that's good. I think Keenan and Kel are fine.
Like Keenan and
themselves.
Kel would be
Now,
fun.
now there's the Dante and Virgil.
That is a Dante and
game.
Virgil of Keenan and Kel. Preferably, like, but if I had to pick one, I want Kel as Ed from Good Burger. I feel like that is because Ed is more of a character. But
I want Kel saying I need more power as he just chugs a 2 liter of orange soda.
who loves orange soda? Kel loves orange soda. The Clifod is siphoning orange soda directly into his body so he can transcend his humanity.
Yeah.
It's like, is it true?
I do. Okay, so I have Eddie McDowell dog form on my list. It's just a fucking dog.
That's a real simple one. I like it.
Oh, that I like.
I have a pig from back at the barnyard, but Otis is fine if you want to do that.
Yeah.
I feel like pig is more appropriate.
Yeah.
And then because Drew stole my thunder, my last character is Mark Summers. Because if I could not have Linda Ellerby, then I would like Mark Summers. Because he was on several Nickelodeon cartoon shows.
Now, see, I feel like that could be the master hand for the game, is Mark Summers.
I can allow that. I like that. I like Mark Summers as your boss character. And like the final stage is like Double Dare. That's his lair, the double lair.
No, I think if they're going to do anything, it would be because their biggest show is SpongeBob. It's going to be Patchy the Pirate. It's like stop motion, live action Patchy.
I like the
like
stage.
like a Mortal Kombat.
I like the stage someone mocked up where it was like David Hasselhoff from the SpongeBob movie as a stage.
That's pretty good.
That's actually great.
I was like, that's really strong. You must ride the Hoff as the stage. I think that's pretty good. Like, SpongeBob is a show where I'm okay if they put on a bunch of reps for it, because I feel like it has enough characters that I'm okay with.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Squidward, Mr. Krabs.
Yeah, Plankton.
Plankton and Karen.
Yeah. Like, there's enough main SpongeBob character. I'm like, yeah, that's fine. Mrs. Puff.
Just as long as there's no more Loud House characters, I'm happy.
I think, yeah, I don't want any more Loud Houses. Like, SpongeBob's are fine. Loud Houses are none. I forgot, because I put this. This is for Nolan. And this is like the most skirting it of them all. Where, because Nickelodeon is having a Star Trek cartoon, and in that Star Trek cartoon, Janeway is in it. So I put Captain Janeway for Smash.
Yeah.
And her final is she genocides someone.
Yeah.
Or turns into the weird sex lizard. That's her final Smash.
I don't think you can genocide just one person.
Well, that's like everyone.
Yeah.
Well, listen. Sagat was able to genocide the tigers.
Tiger genocide.
He did do it. But yeah, I think we got a good list of Nickelodeons. I think we've plumbed the depths.
Be sure to leave a comment below with your picks for.
Yeah, because we'll get to Space Jam talk next week.
The more obscure and dumb it is, the more likely I'm going to be to respond to it.
Yeah, I want to see some dumb shit. Like I want to see like your Hey Dude like stage.
I want Nick from Jimmy Neutron.
Yeah, I want one of my picks. I just said live action show I haven't heard of, like the Naked Brothers
Jesse.
band. Like put them in there. I don't know what that is. I just saw it.
No.
Narration.
And then I will go one step beyond, and I will say live action show I haven't heard of that might actually be a Disney property.
That's even better. We're like, I'm not sure. Like you're telling me like Zoe Ned's high school survival guide, was that Nick?
You know what? Technically, we can have that's Master P in the gold tank because of the Little Bow Wow show.
Oh fuck! Lil Bow Wow in there.
He's using his basketball move to beat up people.
Exactly.
I think that was
Like
part of
Mike.
the.
No, I do not want the what's it called? The dog, the children's show with the dogs.
I think that's a Disney one.
Is that a Disney one?
I don't know what
don't
you're
know.
talking about.
It's like
I know what it's talking about.
it's something.
It's like the dog can talk.
No, it's like it's like kids show and they're like dogs. Not Bluey. Bluey is not on
Paw
Nick.
Patrol?
Yeah, Paw Patrol.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Paw Patrol's not on there. Bluey, I don't think's Nickelodeon. If Bluey was on Nickelodeon, then I support Bluey.
What do you guys feel about a Power Rangers?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm okay with the Power Ranger. If they have the if Heinz Saban or whatever gives that right to them or some shit, then yeah,
Oh no, there's
Are
a their Power Ranger game.
that is true. There already is a Power Ranger game. I don't know.
Yeah, but as we've learned, that's just you gotta have a fighting game crossover character.
That's true.
You gotta have,
a
you gotta have
Shoto.
a Shoto in your platform fighter.
Then it should be Rita Repulsa because Rita's not going to make an appearance in the other one. Put her in this.
I don't know.
Put
gotta be
Ryu from the Power Rangers game in there.
Yes! Oh, that's so good!
And because that technically, now Deadpool can be in the Nickelodeon game.
So you have
With
Ryu.
Dr.
Yeah, no. Then you have. Yeah, I love it. There's also people were saying that like Dragon Ball Kai aired on Nicktoons, so put Goku in there. And while like I think that's like haha funny, I think that's a little bit too like impossible. That my brain goes no. And this is someone who says one of his characters is Eddie McDowell dog form. I'm like, yeah, that's a good pick.
Did he ever
Goku
get
is
his
too
100 good deeds?
I don't think he did. I think he died as a dog.
It's also
He has or what's worse, Eddie McDowell dying as a dog or his like identity death where he just became a dog one day.
okay. No, so it gets really messed up. Of like what he had to be in high school or like junior high when he got turned into a dog, right?
Yeah.
So he got turned into a dog when he was already like 13 or 14. He did not have much time left on that dog clock.
Unless I thought it was like the dog was his age, like in dog time.
Proportionate.
Yeah, like he wasn't turned into an elderly dog that dies.
They never say.
They did never say.
Maybe he doesn't his like human time frame, but he's just in dog form, which means he's still roaming around in a dog form.
It's
That's so fucked up if you think about it.
I learned the wrong lessons that dogs can't be tried in court at all.
Yeah.
Harriet the Spy or Snow Day?
Oh,
I do Snow Day.
I'd rather Snow Day. Because I saw Harriet
I
the
think
Spy
that's
and
the
it
stage.
fucking sucked. That movie.
I feel like Michelle Trachtenberg does not have a good record.
I just remember being excited to go see Harriet the Spy because it was like a Nickelodeon movie, and I loved Nickelodeon because I was a child. And then I saw Harriet the Spy. I'm like, this movie fucking sucks.
I was
But
lied
dude,
to.
it came out the orange VHS cassette
Yeah.
that we all wanted.
Because it relates to this podcast.
I think we're getting a lot of audio issues.
Yeah, we're getting it done, so I'm just going to end it. Bye!